Rifleman. Starring Chuck Connors.
Here he comes now.
Hi. My gun's ready?
Buffed, finished, and clean as a whistle. Fine guns like a fine woman. In my time, I've seen hundreds of both. But there ain't more than a handful of either worth remembering. I recollect a blonde-haired woman up in Albuquerque. She was the best. Your guns are right up with her.
It's a French design. Only two like them. All handcrafted.
There's nothing faster than double action, but what about the accuracy?
These beauties are fast and accurate. I'd rather give up my right arm than part with them. Hold it, Tucker. Your trademark trapped you. A man wanted for murder shouldn't carry handmade guns. Now, walk easy. I wouldn't count on keeping me penned up too long, Marshal.
See, these fractions are a little more advanced. You take 1/4 plus 1/8. You convert the...
Oh. Now, the arithmetic we had last year was all right. For instance, a man has so many head of beef and the price is so much. Well, how much will he get for the herd? Now, that is practical. But these fractions...
You'll find these fractions will come in handy, too.
Well, what's handy about finding out 1/2 a cow times 1/8 a pig times 1/3 a horse?
Well, Look, all I can say is they wouldn't be teaching it in school. Oh, we've got company.
Hi, Micah.
Howdy, Mark. I want you to do me a favor, Lucas.
All right, Micah. Want to tell me about it over some coffee?
Got no time for John this morning.
Oh, what's the favor?
I want you to wear that for a few days.
You're deputizing Paul?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be very exciting, Mark. I just want Lucas to take care of the office while I get Brett Stocker over to Silver City.
Stocker? That the fellow that uses the fancy guns? Thought he was one on a federal poster.
That's why Silver City. The territorial marshal is due there tomorrow, and the quicker I get Stocker off my hands, the better I'm going to like it.
Say the words.
You solemnly swear to uphold the letter of the law to the best of your ability?
I do.
And I hereby deputize you acting marshal of North Fork.
Micah, what do you mean by letter of the law?
Letter of the law? Well, it's not something I rightly think much about, Mark. If you're a marshal, you just naturally do it. Like Brett Stocker. I get a poster saying he's wanted for murder. Now, he didn't commit any killing around here, but upholding the law is as much my business as if it happened in my own backyard. It's upholding the law because it is the law, no matter what. Why, if my own brother were on that poster, the law says I've got to take him in. I guess doing's more my line than speech-making.
Your talk made good sense to me, Micah.
I'll be leaving just past sunup. Got a few things I'd like to show you before I go.
Well, we'll go in for some oats as soon as we work with these fractions a while longer. See you this afternoon.
Fine, fine. And thanks, Lucas.
Paul? Could I maybe come and stay in town with you while you're acting deputy?
All right. Under one condition. You study your fractions.
Oh, but
Now, look, don't ask me why. You just do as I say. All right, here. These ones are different. 1/4 plus 1/8. You convert. Are you listening to me? 1/4 plus... Here, you do it. Go on.
Hold it, Marshal.
Hello, Marshal. You want to drop the gun belt?
Hello, Abel.
Mr. Kendall?
Lucas, Mark. There's not a pollen in the air today.
Always is this time of year. You should see the bloom on our marigolds.
You seen Mike around? I told him I'd be by.
Well, I was going to take Micah's place for a few days, starting tomorrow.
I know. Micah rode out to your place and said he'd be gone an hour at the most. I've been sitting here wheezing for 4.
Are you sure he said he was coming right back here?
An hour at the most, that's what he said.
Well, that's not like Micah.
I'll say it's not like Micah, especially when he's got someone like him on his mind. Inside of a jail isn't fit for anything, least of all my asthma.
I'll look around. Maybe somebody's seen him. You wait here.
What?
You're starting out right, kid. If you want to learn about guns, you got to start out early.
Well, you must be pretty good to be using a double action.
Killing's a trade, Sonny. But it's the kind of trade you can't afford to come off second best in. What do you think I used them for, target practice? I did all my target practicing when I was about your age. I used to shoot up over 200 rounds a day.
Where'd you get that many bullets?
Well, I was raised near an army supply depot. There was a hole in the barbed wire fence, and I'd crawl in there at night and get it and shoot it off during the day. You know, I shot everything from a muzzle loader to a Gatling gun. Hey, boy. Why don't you strap him on? Why don't you? You scared? Hey, you know, with those beauties, I can peel off 6 shots inside of 2 seconds and put them right between a man's eyes so neat you think he'd only been hit once.
Nobody's seen him. Mark, put those guns down.
Boy's old enough. About time he learned.
Not your way, stalker.
Well, I was just gonna put...
Mark, he's behind bars because of those guns. So anything he tells you, you just consider where it's coming from.
Hey, mister. How about wearing those guns again? I'll remember what you said.
Well, from what I read on your poster, stalker, this is as close as you'll get to these ornaments of yours.
You keep talking, mister. I'm marking it down all the time, just for the right time.
They've got Micah. They'll kill him if we don't let Stalker go by sundown.
You gonna do it?
Of course he's gonna do it, boy. Got no choice.
The trouble is, I have got a choice.
betting, Carl.
Church-going people, they'll turn them loose.
Yeah? I sure wish he'd get here.
What's eating you, son?
Don't call me son, huh?
You're kind of young to hate lawmen so much. You couldn't have run into too many of them.
I don't hate you, mister.
Then why don't you be a nice fella and let me get on my horse and ride out of here? I've got a lot of business to do.
I knew a marshal like you once when I was a kid. He never scared.
Never? Couldn't have been much of a marshal.
He was the best. He raised me. I didn't have any parents. I was with him from the time I was 6 till I was 13.
He got killed.
He's the best man I ever knew.
So you end up on the same side as the fellows that shot him.
Well, a man's got to make $1.
You had good upbringing. Lots of honest ways to earn a living.
I met dance hall girls working on the Barbary Coast whose fathers were ministers. Water seeks its own level, that's all. My stream just happens to be pretty low.
Could be you're selling yourself short. I was down and out once. Got set back in my feet by something real simple. Fella talked to me.
Maybe you was in the mood for listening.
No, it's just that I didn't have anything to lose.
You were going nowhere. We got plans for the future.
You got no future this way, son, and you know it.
Any sign of him yet? It's almost an hour till sundown.
You're making one mistake, Holt. They're not going to let him go.
They don't think you're worth trading for Stocker?
They think I'm worth trading for a dozen stockers. But the law don't take personalities into account.
The law.
You don't make bargains with the law, Galt. There's no compromise.
You may savvy that talk, but the people in town are not made like us. See, I'm like you. I don't compromise either.
Compromise?
You don't bargain with the law. The minute we picked him up off the trail, you've been talking to a dead man. Dead man.
We can let him go and follow him. He'd lead us straight to Micah. The note said if we tried to follow him, we'd find Micah dead. You can't keep sitting on the fence, Lucas.
I know.
You know, just this morning, Micah was talking about the letter of the law.
This is no time for legal details.
There's no detail, John. It's everything Micah stands for. The thing is, the only man who told me to keep Stocker in jail is Micah himself.
You want Micah's death on your conscience?
Look, I just agreed to the job of guarding an empty jail,
I
John.
know, and he isn't even our trouble. He's never killed anyone around here.
I mean, let him kill anybody he wants so long as no one we know.
That's not fair, Lucas. That's not what I meant. The point is, you've got no choice.
Yeah. All right, get on your feet, Stocker. If I let you walk out of here, I'll get going before I change my mind.
Sodbuster, you ain't got no choice. You got something?
My guns. These will stay right here.
Now, you mark that down for the right time, too. Now, get going.
Well, I ain't leaving without my property.
You're leaving right now.
You had to let him go, Lucas.
No, John, I didn't have to. I just did.
You see those boulders over there? A man running low could probably make those boulders without being seen.
It's a long run, and my back would make a nice target.
Not for my gun. Don't make me change my mind.
Oh, I won't, son. I just hope I'll be able to pay you back someday.
Forget it. Let's just say I owe somebody like you a long overdue favor. More of a favor than I counted on.
Are we staying in town tonight, Paul?
That's right, son.
Well, I'll go tell Eddie about the rooms.
Now, I've already done that, Mark. We've got room 14.
You had to let him go, Paul. Well, you did the right thing. Everybody in town thought you should let him go.
Oh, thanks, son. I know that.
But you're not sorry now, are you?
Oh, no, I'm not sorry. I'm just trying to justify it to myself, but it's not that simple. Man has to do what he thinks is right, not just because the rest of the town thinks it's right.
You had to save Micah.
Well, that's the point, Mark. You know, when I accepted this badge, I promised to preserve law and order. You remember what Micah said? He said the law has to be preserved because it is the law, no matter what. Well, you better get to bed. Go on, Mark, go to bed.
Micah's long overdue.
You knew they didn't have to keep their part of the deal.
I knew. But I hoped. What else could we do?
I guess I'm just not cut out to wear a badge.
You can't blame yourself.
It must be like being a doctor. Knowing if you have to amputate, you amputate. Well, they're used to it. But I'm not used to cutting off a friend.
You can't blame yourself, Lucas.
I guess we better get up a search party. Let's go, Jim.
Lucas! John, it's Micah! They found him. He's over at Doc's.
You stay here. Don't let anybody in.
Sure.
I still feel pretty rocky, Doc.
You ought to. I'm going to give you a medal. The man has lost the most blood in North Fork.
I've never in my life have I been so glad to see anybody alive.
Why'd you let him go? I swore you in, Lucas. You took an oath.
You can't weigh a bunch of words against a friend's life.
That's no answer.
The man has feelings, Micah. Lucas had to let him go.
Lucas had to keep Brett Stocker in jail. That's what I would have done. That's what I expected him to do.
Now, isn't there plenty of time to talk about this later?
I'm talking now, Doc. When I swore you in, Lucas, I told your boy what the law meant. You were standing right there with him.
I heard what you told him. I figured it was the only chance we had.
I'm not here because of that chance.
I know, but like John said, we hoped. It was the best I could do.
All of us, Micah. We did everything we could.
Brett Stocker's killed 15 men and he's free as a bird. If that's your idea of law, well, maybe you better get yourself another marshal.
Hold on now, Micah.
I weighed that before I made the move. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't have done it, except I knew I'd get Stocker back.
That fool kid.
Hey, Carl,
What?
do me a favor. Next time you take someone on, make sure he's old enough to shave. We're gonna ride back to North Fork.
North Fork.
Yeah, that's where I left my guns.
Look, I went back with you once. Enough is enough. We're not going back again.
There's only two of us left, Carl. I kind of figured we'd stick together. Now I'm going back to pick up my guns. Which way are you going?
Hold it. Drop the gun belts. One hand. I wouldn't try that. That's better.
Micah, just don't try to do any roping or steer busting, at least for a day or so.
Say, Doc, bet you ever think of something new to say? Well, every time I... Anyway, thanks.
Micah.
There's one pie and 4 people, and you give each person 1/6 of the pie. How much is left for you? 1/3.
That's right. Now it's getting to you, isn't it?
We've been at it long enough.
Morning, Marshal.
Oh, it's all yours, Micah. 1 week of wearing that badge is enough for me. How you feeling?
Fine, fine. Lucas, boy, when you're flat on your back like I've been the past few days, you got plenty of time to think.
About what?
About how I never would have figured Stocker.
Oh, you would have figured he'd come back for his guns, same as I did.
Nope. You were figuring from the man. I would have figured from the book.
Oh, Micah, you don't have to make me feel good. I won't do it again. As long as you don't get bushwhacked again.
I was wondering when you were going to start rubbing that in.
Come on, Mark. Let's go find us a pie we can eat.
Oh, boy!
We'll see you, Micah.